The NFL's racism problem is impossible to ignore. And I want to start off with the Shiloh Sanders incident last night when he played in the game when Tampa Bay played against the Buffalo Bills in the final preseason game. And the incident was between Shiloh and this Caucasian guy who was a tight end of the Buffalo Bills. And what happened was when the play transpired, Shiloh locked on to him. And what happened was the tight end of the Buffalo Bills hit him. He jabbed him, then he swung and hit him. So Shiloh came back and hit him right back. And basically, Shiloh was ejected from the game. Understand me? And my whole process of that is, I feel like the fact that the Caucasian guy who was the tight end of the Buffalo Bills, I feel like he instigated the incident. So he should have been ejected from the game too. But instead, they allowed him to stay in the game and kick Shiloh out the game. That's straight bullshit. That's BS to me. And so that alone goes to show you it's favoritism in the NFL, it's favoritism in pro sports. They pick on who they want to pick on, and they show favoritism and show all the love to the ones who they want to show love to. It's favoritism, but it's also racism. And I'm saying this. I'm not scared to say this. A lot of people are in fear, or they just don't say nothing. I'm not closing my mouth for nobody. Like, I'm gonna tell it like it is. Like, tonight, I got to be a different type of YouTuber. I got to go ahead and say it like it is. It's racism. All because of his skin color. 9 times out of 10, if that tight end of the Buffalo Bills, if he was black, he'd have been kicked out of the game too. And then they would have gave him a fine. But instead, they didn't do nothing to him. They allowed him to stay in the game and kick Shiloh out the game. That's pure racism. Like, you can't, it's obvious. Like, it's clear as day. You know, it's obvious. And if you can't see through that, something is wrong with you or whoever feel differently about it. Something has to be mentally wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's too obvious. And then for the record, on the same day, yesterday was Saturday. My bad. Yeah, yesterday was Saturday. An incident took place with Shedeur. When Shedeur was put into the game to fail. In so many words, he was placed on the field with players that will be cut 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10, those players who Shedeur was on the field with right before halftime, them guys would be cut. They won't even be on the roster by Tuesday, because you know pro teams are making their cuts for their 53-man roster for opening day. So basically, he was put in a position to fail. I didn't watch the whole game, but I went back and watched the replays, and I seen how it transpired. He basically was put into the game for a minute, and they put, like, the coach, whatever his name is, I can't say it right, Stefanski or whatever the fuck ever, he put this man in the game with players that suck on the offensive line. Basically, he was trying to get this man hurt. He was trying to get this man wig split. He was trying to destroy this man's career. In so many words. That's pure hate, man. You can't, if that's not hate, I don't know what hate is. That's pure racism, homie. And if you agree with me, smash the like and subscribe button, man. Because listen, somebody gotta say it. Somebody gotta tell it. But I do know of 4 other YouTube channels that spoke on this topic. And I'm speaking on it. I got to. Like, it's like this. Us as black men, we have to start standing up as a whole collective, man. We can't keep sitting back and allowing these people to do this shit to our own brothers, to our own people. Yeah, I understand you have to put God first and you have to put God in it and put it in God's hands. But at the same time, the only way God's work is going to work is unless we come together as a culture, as a people, and stand up for these guys, man. Because these guys not bad. These brothers are not bad brothers. You know, especially they went to college, got a degree. You know, they never did anything to nobody. They never disrespected nobody. That was raised by a great father, Deion Sanders, the guy that I watched growing up as a kid myself. I watched this man play, which is their father, and I see how he interact on the internet with different people on different platforms. Number one, their father has great social skills, and number two, he's a spiritual man. He's a righteous man. So basically, it rubbed off on his sons. I see this from a distance. And I never met Deion Sanders. I never met his sons, never seen them in person, but I peep game. I can read between the lines from a distance, on the outside, looking on the inside, and then seeing what I'm seeing transpiring right now, how the league is treating them. It's time for us as the people to stand up, because the racism, basically, these people out here is trying to bring racism back. It shows in pro sports. It shows in every walk of life. It shows in the work industry. It shows in restaurants. It shows in public places. Just that's like if you are in a public place, right? And you a black man or a black woman, and you walk inside an establishment and you see nothing but Caucasian people, right? And I know 90% of black Americans have experienced this before, including me. You walk into the establishment and you feel the vibe. Like you feel like you're not wanted there. Like you feel like you don't belong there, because you have a whole building full of white people and they just have this negative, evil energy towards you because of your skin color. You know what I'm saying? That's why we as black people have to tighten up, because we have small room for error. One mistake, the white man will use that against us. They'll try to drag us in the mud because of one mistake or one error. You know what I mean? You see the same thing in pro sports. Pro sports in general life has a lot in common, man. If it's popping off in pro sports, what make you think it's not popping off in real life? You know what I mean? But it really showing itself even more in pro sports. It gonna come a time when it won't be no more sports. No more entertainment. I seen that on a documentary one time. Like one of these days, they gonna cut sports out. You know what I mean? Cause this country is trending towards, what that word is? Communism. You know, like the old Soviet Union back in the 1940s. Our country is heading into that direction. We already dictated, you know what I mean, as a nation, but basically with the laws, the rules and regulations, how pro sports treat their athletes and how the workplace treat their workers. All that shit is the same old thing. It goes hand in hand. Strict rules, strict laws and policies to set us up, to place us in a position where we can't fail. But if we make one mistake and fail, we is out the door. Yes, it's happening in pro sports. It's been going on like that for years, but it's like nobody really haven't been paying no attention to it till now. Because, you know, we are in the internet age. So now, since we are in the social media internet age, more things are being exposed. So basically, the NFL been like this for years. But now, since we have social media, it's really being exposed, you know. And like I said in another video, you have black quarterbacks, black wide receivers, black defensive linemen who was dead wrong back in the days, 70s and 80s. Oh yeah, I did my reading and research on that. You have black players, black brothers from back in the day, OGs, who were cut by NFL teams and they was replaced by Hall of Famers. You know what I mean? You know, like your Joe Namath and like your, you know, Terry Bradshaw, like your, you know, O.J. Simpson, players like that. They a lot of them didn't deserve to be starting, in so many words. What people don't talk about is there were players that was underneath them that actually played better than them in past preseason games in the 70s and 80s. They ain't telling you that. So this ain't the first time that this shit happened. Like the situation that's occurring right now with Shedeur Sanders and Shiloh Sanders. This is not the first time that this shit happened, man. This shit been going on in pro sports. It's just now hitting the fan because we have social media and the internet now. Like I said, everything is being exposed because of the internet. This shit been going on for years. You have players in the past that been blackballed in the 70s and 80s. That's why you have legends like Terry Bradshaw, like I said, O.J. Simpson, and who else? Joe Montana. What? So many. I mean, it's so many Hall of Famers that's really supposed to have lost their starting jobs back in the day, but they became lucky to win their starting jobs because of favoritism. It was racism. It was racism in the 60s and 70s, man. Come on, man. Them games was rigged, by the way, too. A lot of them past NFL games, past Super Bowls, past NFL drafts, them shits were rigged, man. A lot of players that were drafted in the 5th and 6th round years ago, they were better than the players in the first round. The only reason why you don't hear about them because they were blackballed. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you like this video? Smash the like and subscribe button. I'm going to end the video and I'm out. Peace.